Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be showing you my favorite go-to makeup routine and a couple key tips and tricks that will help you keep your makeup on longer and make it look super pretty. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So first things first, I always like to start off with my eyebrows, and I use two different brow gels. I use the Sephora Collection Clear Brow Gel, and then I also use the Anastasia Brow Freeze. Oop. If I could keep them in my hands, it'd be great. Just take it and just kind of fluff my brows upwards, kind of like that. I don't know if you can tell. I'm filming with my back camera on my iPad, and I'm just so not used to it. I'm always just used to being able to look at myself and know like exactly what the angle is and how it's turning out. So I'm kind of freaked. I'm like, if this doesn't look good, sorry. But we'll see. If it's uploaded, it looks good. Anyways, back to my brows. So I like to fluff it up just like that. So I don't know if you could tell the difference between this one and that one, but I just feel like it gives it a little bit more texture. Looks more like an eyebrow. And I just like to kind of push the top hairs down and then just kind of form the shape that I want my eyebrows to have. So it'll look something like that. I do my makeup so much that I'm just like, I can trim them and cut them myself. And I really can't. Like, I also cut like a little, I don't know if you can see that, but I shaved like a little part of my eyebrow off. And you know, she's got a little gap or whatever. So I'm just gonna fix that once I start filling my eyebrows in. And remember, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. That's my eyebrows with just the gel. Now that my eyebrows are gelled and in place, I'm gonna take my brow pencil. This is the NYX, what is this? The NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Brunette. So this color originally is a little light for my brow color, but I want it to be that way just because I like to fill my brows in. And when I fill them in, they don't get too dark. So I don't end up with, you know, those classic 2016 brows. Because I still like a bold, defined brow, like the 2016 brow, but just not as dark or heavy. So I'm just going to let you guys watch me fill this in, and then I'll come back with the next step. Okay, now here comes the carving or the outlining, whatever you want to call it. Oh, my eyebrows are all done up and shaped out. I'm going to carve them with my P. Louise eyeshadow base. This is such 2016 vibes. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I just squeeze a little out and I put it on the back of my hand. And then I'm just going to dab it with my flat brush. Just a little bit. You want it to have like a nice consistency. And then I just take it and put it right underneath. It's really hard to like talk and do this, honestly. Yeah, see. And if you mess up, don't worry about it. We can always go back in and fill it in and straighten it out later. My eyelids are now nice and primed. They do look a little ashy, but that's the whole point. I just want the color to kind of pop out more. So now usually if I'm doing just like a more basic kind of soft glam, the only thing that I will put on my eyes is bronzer. Unless I'm feeling, you know, like a little razzle dazzle, might put some glitter on, might do that today. We'll see. I just put bronzer on because I'm like, I'm not going to bother with like a full color eyeshadow look and then like I don't know what I'm wearing. I just need something simple that's gonna go with everything, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna take I have this like Morphe palette. It's like a face palette. If I can find a picture of it, I will insert it. You know, quick eyeshadow. And sometimes too, like you just don't have time. Like if you're getting ready to go somewhere and everybody's like waiting for you to get ready, like you want to be cute, but you don't want to take like forever, you know? So that's why I just do it and then I just dip it in there and look, bam. It looks like it took me like, oh, you must have blended that out and it must have taken you 5 hours. No. I just dip my beauty blender in some bronzer and just use it like a stamp. Pack on the bronzer. I will say though, if you are going to do this technique, the way that you put the bronzer on the beauty blender is going to be the way that it turns out on your eye. So if you don't have, like, see, I'm using this flat, well, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm using this flat end and then I'm just kind of dipping it in and I'm making sure that the bottom is like a very consistent color. Oh my God, I can't hold on to anything today. I don't know what it is. Jeez, that was crazy. Okay. And then you just kind of pack it on where the color is. If you have to do this 2-3 times, it's okay. It still is a lot quicker than just, you know, trying to actually blend like 3 or 4 colors together. And see how pretty that looks? And all you did was just take some eyeshadow, or not even eyeshadow, you took some bronzer and just slapped it on your eyelids. Perfect. Okay, now what I'm going to do, foundation, right, okay. Sorry about that. So foundation wise, right now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin. This foundation is actually really, really pretty. The one thing I will say is the color I got is just a little too dark for me. But it's really pretty. It's like a nice, what is this, like a medium coverage maybe? I always like to build it up to full because, you know, I'm a full coverage kind of person. I will just kind of let you guys see how I apply my foundation, and then I'll come back when I do my next step. I explained my entire concealer routine and didn't even press record. So there's that. Basically, this is how I like to put it on, and it's the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I have let it sit for a little bit, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it. The key with the concealer, you wanna have your setting powder ready. And I mean ready. Because you wanna set your concealer while it's still wet. So now that it looks like this, I'm taking my Wet n Wild setting powder immediately, coating the sponge, and then putting it right underneath. For contour, I'm using my Fenty Beauty contour stick in the color Swedish. And I just like to run that along the sides of my nose and right underneath the tip, just to kind of give it a little more of like a cute, I don't know what you call that, like a little, just a little tip, I guess. And then I follow that up with putting my Too Faced concealer right in the center, just to give it a highlight and to give it more definition. I just really like the way it makes it look. And for blush, I'm using the Juvia's Place Volume 5 blush, and I am only using the bright pink color in that shade collection. And I just put it on my cheeks and a little bit upwards towards my brows, just to give me more of a uplifted look. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Kosas powder. This is the color Silky, I believe, and I just like to put it around the perimeter of my face just to really pull in my features and accentuate the highlight that I put in the center. And finally, I can start blending out that concealer. I really like to let it sit just to make sure it stays where it's supposed to. And now we're gonna set everything together. I use 2 different setting sprays. The first one is the Smashbox Photo Endurance, and then I go in and I use the Makeup Revolution Photo Setting Spray. It's like a dupe for the One Size. Now for my favorite step in the whole entire world, highlighter. I do use 2 different ones, as you see here. The first one that I use is the House Labs highlighter in Pink Amethyst. And I also just like to go in with my Dior palette, that pretty bright pink shade, and I layer it on top just to give me that really pretty pink sparkly glow. And because I'm just an absolute highlighter addict, I like to put some on the center of my face, the bridge of my nose, and the tip of my nose, just because I think it makes it look really pretty. And I add some lashes. Of course, for me, I love big, bold, dramatic lashes, which is why I take some of my white concealer. This is the LA Girl Flat White Corrector Concealer. I just put it in my waterline to kind of even out my eyes and kind of give the shape and size back. And then to also even everything out, I put a little bit of bronzer right underneath my lash line, because I just don't like the look of not having anything under there at all. And then next, we're doing lips. Yay! So lips, I was only using, what is a couple different products. I used 2 NYX lip liners. They're the colors Espresso and Cold Brew. And I just layer them on top of each other, just to give me a really pretty, nice, warm brown for my skin tone. And then I took some of that P. Louise eyeshadow base and put it right in the middle of my lips, just to give it more definition and a little bit more of like an ombre effect in the center. But I didn't really like the way that looked. I thought it was too ashy, so I just popped a little bit of my blush in the center, and now it looks super cute. And that's the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you, bye.